that suck, but also whatever cooks. But if you give us too much shit, we'll just get pissed off and quit. So don't do it. It's time for Marvel Comics Spotlight Show, telling you everything that we know. It's time for Marvel Comics Spotlight Show. Let's go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Weird Science Marvel Comics Podcast, episode 96, I believe. That would be Legacy 596. I'm here with my man, Matt. What up, Matt?
What up?
What up? Yeah, this is going to be an odd show. We just ended up talking a bunch. Usually, you know, we get ready to record, we talk a little bit, none about the book, because we are doing, and again, sometimes we just pick a book. We ended up seeing, oh, Fantastic Four First Steps. Ooh, look at that. And it is a movie tie-in, kind of. It's weird because it has the, you know, character designs of the movie. But I don't know if this is just, hey, let's show people some things that they should know. I don't know who this is for.
You got to admit, you were hoping it was written by Ralph Macchio, right?
Well, I actually did look at first, but I had already seen something, and some people had said, oh, my God.
Yeah, Jason put something about this in there.
And Matt Fraction actually wrote a movie tie-in. That's crazy. And, Mark Buckingham on art. This is a quality team for what is a nothing book. I don't know what to even say about it. It's so weird, and it's written in a way that if this was supposed to get me excited for the movie, it did not. I thought that this was boring. I thought that the way that it was presented was a slog, though there are some fun things. But again, the whole time I read it, I thought that Jason would probably like this.
Jason would eat this up.
And Matt Fractions, he's doing the thing. You know, it felt like a bit of Al Ewing-esque stuff, but even Matt Fraction loves that Silver Age type deal as well. He ended up doing that Jimmy Olsen book over at Marvel in the Wonder Comics stuff. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of him, I guess, having fun. I didn't have fun when he was having fun, but it just feels like it's just trying to give you, oh, look, this feels like a back in the day story, even with ads. And you know what? I can read the regular back in the day issue. That's great. And that's what gets me.
It seems like they're going to follow that first issue, which is good for the movie. But I think they have to keep this intentionally vague because there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in that movie that nobody has any idea about.
Yeah. So what do you get with
generic? That's what you get.
And that's what you get. And I actually thought that it was going to be a couple issues. We're going to do some stuff.
It's only one, right?
It just ends. It's a little oversized. Yeah. And again, if you go by just the visual bit of it, it's got pretty good art. It's okay. I mean, I think it's good, but it's the ads and the other things that might float your boat. Not me and you. We're not going to end up where we're doing a review of the issue for a podcast and we're like, and then they have the Flaming Hearts fan club. I mean, I looked at the stuff and giggled a little, but not really. But this is stuff Jason would love. Jason would be all over this, say how great it was, how well done. I wish I had some of his sound effects that he had here. If there was one that would say, bull crapo, is that there? It will be now. But yeah.
Jason likes the ads too. You know he does.
Yeah. He loves, I don't know. He loves anything that bores the shit out of me is what he has. But here it is. It is. Now, in the meantime, when we decided to do this, I thought what you said at first that you wanted to do the new Ryan North Fantastic Four number one, which would be the more important issue, I guess. So I end up loading up, and like you said, I'm like, my goodness. I wish it was the Karate Kid, because if it was, we would have had something to laugh about. It would have been nonsense. But the Fantastic Four First Steps number one, it's written by Matt Fraction, art by Mark Buckingham, colors by Alex Sinclair, letters by VC's Jill Caramagna. Away we go. You end up where there's some variant covers. You do, I believe you have, like, I did see John Burns they mentioned at some point, I thought, but maybe not. That would have been crazy. But in this whole play, you get Pedro Pascal I'm telling you, I'm the only one. I hate the guy's jerk off face. I can't stand his look. I don't know anything about him. I don't watch movies. I barely watch any TV shows. The only thing I saw him with was Wonder Woman 84 because I was forced to review that for a thing, and I hated him in it. So
he's from Chile.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, this whole thing is Chile. It's ice cold. Right?
He's a gem. He's got to be the top actor right now. I like him a lot.
I'm trying to think. Like you say that, and I can't even say no.
You don't watch movies and you don't watch
I never
TV.
See anything. I was looking the other day. I almost watched the Thunderbolts. I did not, but I almost did. This is the thing. I almost did. Then I thought, well, maybe I should watch the trailer first because I can't really remember. I didn't get through the trailer. I watched a minute of the trailer and I was off of that. Then the thing is, I was off of that. Then suddenly looking at the new Lilo and Stitch, just sitting there looking at it. At the point I was talking to my son, Ethan, who wants to see Thunderbolts. And I'm like, oh, I could watch it right now, but I'm not. Then he was talking about the Lilo and Stitch. Then he said something else, and then he wanted to go see Superman, and nothing got done. I got off the phone, nothing. So,
did you ever see Maverick in the theater, or that passed? Yeah,
okay. And got tickets for Wolverine, Deadpool. Never saw it in the theater either. So those two were both.
But you did see it eventually, didn't you?
Yeah, I did watch that myself. But Maverick still haven't seen it. And that was a disappointment. But in that, you go and you start, and you're like, okay, well, what will this be about? And lo and behold, it's just the origin of the Fantastic Four. It's just pretty much a retelling of it. It almost feels like it could be like the ultimate Fantastic Four, something along those lines, the way that it's played out with the movie kind of tie and play where they go into space, obviously. I'll tell you right now, some of the designs of, say, the rocket, I'm sure they're done from things from the movie. I don't like them. I don't like the look of that rocket. I think it looks stupid. And there's an ad for the Fantastic Car. I'm like, nope, don't like that. And then there's a cross section of the Baxter Building. I'm like, that's okay. I guess. I guess.
I skipped right past that crappy cross section.
Also, just for people reading and playing at home, you also end up where every kind of 3 panels, you'll end up having a quote.
That was driving me nuts.
One of the Fantastic Four. This is the nonsense of, it's just in my mind trying to play off like what people do in modern times where it's all tweets and things like that. But instead it's like, oh, this was from the magazine Science Dad. I don't care how it's presented or
just
what you say.
Reed Richards, I don't care where it's from. You don't need to cite your references on this situation.
Yeah, and also, these things mean nothing. No. It's just the idea where you're told, and it's an overall narration of like, then they ended up quarantining themselves. And then you go into the quarantine, they say, hey, we quarantined ourselves. Then the narration will say, but they're not sure how long they'll be quarantined. And then somebody will say, when are we going to get out of quarantine? It just keeps going like that. And then you'll get a quote like, Reed worries like my Aunt Petunia, smartest guy in the world, but he hasn't figured out he can't control everything. Ben Grimm, the Gilbert Grimm interviews, telecast. I'm like, why did I read that? That just wasted a minute of my life.
You did not need to read any of them.
And that one, right away, it's, our period of self-quarantine allowed us time to better understand how our physiognomies
good luck with that.
Had changed while ensuring we were not a danger to anyone else. Yeah, no shit. I figured that when Reed went into this quarantine, he wanted to make sure they wouldn't affect other people and to figure out what happened to them. Oh my good, you just said it. Yeah. Then you get Ben and Johnny fighting a little, just like, because they always do.
And instead of a Herbie, it's a Kirby.
Yeah, it's a Kirby, which they,
Kirby.
Shout out to Kirby. It's like the squarest looking thing ever because this shit's only square. But you end up where, then you get Reed. He's trying to stop him. Then Sue sees and they're like, hey, children, calm down. I'm like, okay, we're pages in now. And I'm not getting anything new. I don't know what I expected new, but.
Well, this is a little different. They're locked up in like quarantine thing, I guess, for a year or something.
And it seems like that'll just be used so you can get like really quick explanation of powers and also character work, I guess. But when you end up, the big threat then is Mole Man comes up. And I'll tell you right now, I don't like Mole Man looking just like a fat guy at a buffet with some freaking glasses on, because that's all he looks like. I don't like the glasses off of him. I don't need anybody to humanize. This is going to sound hateful, but I don't need it. I need Mole Man to come out on the drill and start yelling, "Down with you, surface dwellers," and then get going. I don't need him to be a guy who looks like he needs to shave and get on a treadmill either. The guy comes out and he's just, announcing that you guys are digging and all this. And it seems that the Baxter Building is what has finally
if you saw this actor in real life, Paul Walter Hauser, you wouldn't like him.
Yeah, no, I don't like him.
I'm looking at him now. He was in Cobra Kai. He was in that.
Okay. Yeah. All I thought was like 10 years ago, if they made this movie, it'd be like Jack Black or somebody.
Jack Black, exactly.
Yelling, right? So they come in, you have the whole, New York City is under the attack of the Moloids, and Mole Man who says, you're doing this to us, it's an attack or a sovereign nation. There's a lot of that. And I do believe that if that's a center of the movie, I know some people will be upset about.
Do you think this will be in the movie, all this stuff, or is this something?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but I did see the monster in one of the clips that they show, but I think they revealed then that it was just like an ad for some like Taco Bell or something, but I'm not sure. But there was the monster in one of the clips. They pulled up the car. But in the meantime, again, there's a point here where you just have the Fantastic Four keep looking down in a hole. And they're seeing subterranean, but they don't say it at first. They're just looking in a hole. I'm like, what's going on? And then the monster comes out. Ben pops him one. And if it is in the movie, it would be it'd be a cool cold open to actually start with Mole Man and these guys, just so you can see them kind of doing things as a team, and then end up going back to the beginning then to show how it happened and then move forward would be kind of cool. But in this comic, everything goes so quick that you do get a little play of them like learning how to fight with each other. Johnny, for one panel, is like, I don't want to flame on because people laugh at me. They're going to shame me. And at the meantime, you end up having, Mr. Fantastic's yelling, "Come on, Johnny, you got to do it. You got to do it." And he does. And then Ben yells "clobbering time," which is new to Johnny. Johnny thinks that's hilarious. He's like, oh my God, he said it. Also, when they were quarantined, Johnny was, he's a little ADHD. He's getting a little upset, and Ben's like, I'm the monster here. So you have that. Like, those are the very quick.
Yeah, Johnny goes, what did he just say?
When he says clobbering time, he's like, what did he do? And then at the end, he tries to use it, and they tell him not. But there are some funny things. When Johnny says that was pretty funny. It gives you a little time frame, too. But then Ben is in that thing's mouth. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, in a non-sexy way.
Johnny's like just going around. I don't know, it's kind of sexy. Johnny's going around flaming on, and oh my goodness gracious. But yeah, Ben comes out, and we're now like 20 pages in, and you get if you didn't know this, but it's like, hey, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, Ben Grimm, the Thing. So I'm at the end of this. Who's to say? Is this for people who may want to see the movie and maybe they don't know anything about the Fantastic Four? This is like a primer to at least get them up to speed a little.
Well, didn't
but I
used
would
to say
that most of this would be in it.
It was the grandma that would buy the comic for their grandson or something?
That would be this. Or that, or the Transmorphers. Thinking it was the Transformers. Yeah. Those are the best. They'll end up getting the Spectacular Four. That's what they'll here you go, Johnny. But yeah, I guess that would be it. I mean, if you had a kid, I don't know.
I could see them
too smart. Like,
honestly, I could see them. A good smart move would be to hand these out at the movie theater.
Yeah,
get people into the comics. That's what I would think.
It seems too many pages to be handing that out. Like this should have been like
they're charging $20 for a freaking ticket or something. So
right, I saw some of those.
$25.
Freaking $90 for those
$90
stupid popcorn
bucket.
things.
Yeah.
The hell you bucket.
I just figure everybody just bangs those things. I don't know what they do with them, those popcorn buckets.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like I don't get anything nowadays.
No.
Like the idea where
it's like Galactus's head. What am I doing with that?
If somebody told me when I was a kid, I'm there and they're like, man, they're gonna have these really intricate buckets and things. I'd be like, that's awesome. And I'm like, yeah, they're $90. I'm like, bullshit.
No freaking way am I buying that.
The popcorn's already too expensive.
I already have a rule: no popcorn or any kind of food being bought around me.
I do like when I go to the movies to have popcorn, but I haven't been to the movies in years, so I probably wouldn't know.
I don't think I've ever bought anything from a concession at a movie theater ever. I just bring it in.
I've snuck some things in, including kids. They're like, my kids, like, they have their own kids, and I'm like, he's 12. Like, he has a mustache.
12?
That's the big thing, too. Like, I ended up where my kids are a lot taller than me, and I'd always be ready, but people don't like to cause controversy, but it would be like, hey, this is my son's 10. He looks older than 10. I'm like, listen, he's got a glandular problem, asshole. What the hell? So nowadays, I think they'd let him go and just go in. I'm going to say I have a glandular problem. But they'll take me to the Superman. That's the only one I might go see. Yeah, exactly. Reverse. I'm just aging properly. That was the best one. Eric said that at the one point. I'm like, they're just aging regularly. When you end up where, I'll tell you, and this is not political at all. I'm not political here, right?
Sure.
Mole Man looks like J.D. Vance in this, and it's like, when I see him there in the UN, I'm like, it's so goofy.
You mean he's wearing eyeliner? Is that why he looks like him?
It might look like that. It actually, like, he's kind of manscaped that weird beard and stuff. But
his eyebrows are perfect.
It's like a weird look. But yeah, and so what happens here then is that he goes on a press tour to talk about how the Moloids, everything's a sovereign nation. You end up where we've been under attack. I'm like, this is boring. It is so boring. And then they go and attack him. He's going to fight until his pregnant lady she steps up to fight. Then he's like, no, don't fight her. I'll give up. I'm like, what? And then it's over. Yeah, the lady gives birth to a moloid. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know if that's real science.
I don't think the biology is compatible.
I don't even know. I don't even know what they're supposed to be. And then I see the actors, because you do have these live, kind of live action ad things. But when you have the one with the books and things like that, and I'm like, I don't like the look of any of these people. Ben looks like a skinny ass prick in this thing. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So they end up where the lady gives birth. The Fantastic Four is like, this is great, Mole Man, whatever. I don't even know. And then they end up where they're smiling at me. And it looks like Pedro Pascal is about to grab me with that big hand and do things that he shouldn't. And I don't even know who this person is who's playing Sue Storm. I have no idea. This is such a ridiculous.
I don't know who she is either.
I have no idea. Ben looks too happy. And he says, shit up, because that's where Johnny says it's clobbering time. Ay. But there you go. Tie-in comic.
It says Excelsior.
I don't know if I expected more from Matt Fraction or not, but boy, when he goes to DC for that Batman, it better be better than this. It feels like this is like, it should have been better because it was a good creative team, but I guess maybe they just didn't have much to do.
Maybe they gave them, sometimes it's so top secret, they don't tell anybody anything. Maybe they just said, hey, make a comic. We're not going to tell you anything about the movie, though.
Yeah, but then what? But it's Matt Fraction. Then if you do that, go get the Hive Mind. Get Lansing and Kelly to do it. Don't get Matt Fraction and Mark Buckingham to do it. It's weird. But yeah, maybe you've just, I don't know. If you don't know the origin of the Fantastic Four, you could get this. If you want to see a little more of a humanized Mole Man, go for it. And that's about it. I don't know. What would you give this?
It's got to be it has to be just a 5, like, or
it's
whatever.
Just a 5.
Whatever. Like, why does this exist 5? I mean, I know why it exists, but why did I read it?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm sorry for putting you through it.
You picked it.
Listen, I can't do the other one. It's a reboot of the same shit.
I'm looking at the deal where you do have, like, from the Johnny talks from his heart. You have this, like, question and answer.
It reminded me of those old Playboy interviews.
Oh, it did. Or that, or like a Teen Beat or something like that. For John.
It's kind of funny because nobody reads magazines anymore, so it kind of was reminiscent that way.
What's your go-to comfort food? Anything cooked but my good pal Ben Grimm. He's a magician in the kitchen. That's what he says. How do you see yourself in 10 years? Hopefully still doing what I love. Hanging out with family every day and maybe even acting in a film or two. All right. Alrighty. I like where Sue shows up. And again, we'll go the opposite deal then. Looks like Hillary Clinton. These people all look like political people to me. Also, Sue shows up in like a go-go thing, but looks like she's gained like 70 pounds. Maybe that was that. Do you see her? At first I thought it was that pregnant lady that I think was the Moman's woman.
When she's got the jacket on?
Yeah, that jacket.
She's definitely pregnant there, it looks like.
That jacket put on like 80 pounds.
Was that John F. Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy at the beginning?
Yeah.
Weirdest looking John F. Kennedy I ever saw.
Well, I mean, he's about to lose his head. That's what he's going to do. Yeah. I mean, look at him.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's in the background.
This must take place in 62 then, because
he's
got about a year left.
Yeah, the Beatles are about to hit big, and his head's going to get blown off.
It's interesting because do they keep this entirely in the 60s, or do they time travel into the future somehow? I don't know yet.
I like the idea of it kind of being retro 60s type of deal, but and again, that's the Fantastic Four already coming back or leaving. It's weird, but it is that we're going to go to the moon and other places, feeling that John F. Kennedy, and do the other things when he said that nonsense. And so he was a jelly donut. But all this going down, it wasn't great.
And you don't like the Fantastic Car, huh?
No, not that one in that ad.
You would drive it now, though, right? You need a car. Would you drive it if I gave you that?
Drive around and honk at people and give them the finger and stuff. Because
can you imagine going to Aldi in that?
I mean,
loading up your groceries in it.
I'm there in Aldi. I'm like, hey, everybody. It looks weird. It looks like one of those where the trunk would be in the front too, like that stupid shit.
The engine's definitely in the back.
That it would cave in on you if you crash. I like that steering wheel, but that Fantastic Car looks like shit. It looks terrible.
Steering wheel's in the middle, too. You sit in the middle.
Yeah, also, I love the idea where it says, fly to new heights in comfort and style in the all-new Fantastic Car, but that first picture of it looks like it's about to wreck. It looks like at the beginning of the Wild World of Sports where it's just flipping around. It's like one of them pontoon boats going wrong.
Yeah, it's skimming over the water. It's not really flying. It's more...
That's what I'm saying.
Remember those hover boats back in the day? Those things?
I'm telling you, those hover boats, that was the thing that would be crashing. You'd have in that Wide World of Sports, you'd have that guy skiing that would just, that guy had to have been dead. And then some hover boat accident. It's nonsense. But that's it. I don't know if we're going to even have anything else. This would be a dandy of a podcast with just this book. But I'm going to try to get Gray. I tried last week, but he ended up, it's very hot in Japan. I don't know Celsius because, I'm not the devil. So I don't know. But he was saying stuff like, it's 35 degrees. I forget what he said. It's like, it's 35 degrees
Sounds
Celsius.
pretty cold to me.
I'm like, really? Because it's like 101 in this room. Remember, we didn't even talk that day that I was telling you that I was in here and I was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I did end up checking and it was 130 degrees in here. It was just an app thing. I don't know how accurate, but it was
130.
And in this room, because I'm just stuck in this room with this equipment. Then I went out and that's when my my air conditioner broke. I had that worst night that night, but that's it for us. We're done. We are done. I'm going to go make dinner. I'm going to make some crazy keto dinner. But thanks for joining me, Matt, as always. And everybody, hopefully we'll get some more books. I think Red Hulk came out. We'll probably have a couple.
I wanted to look at the swimsuit thing. I read through it. It's, it's got a little story to it. And
I saw it at a story. But who's reading that? Maybe.
Hopefully Gray.
Yeah, maybe Gray will. He thinks that, that weird things are sexy. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. And off to that right about now. And we'll continue on with Gray. What up, Gray?
What up, Jim? How you doing? Long time no see.
Lovely. Yes, we haven't talked in quite some time, it seems, like 5 minutes. But here we are. And just as a shout out, me and Gray are going to be doing Fantastic Four #1 by Ryan North. But if you are really upset at me and Matt for not liking First Steps, you can go to Wakazashi's Tea House, Gray's YouTube channel, where he reviewed the First Steps and liked it more than us. So I'll have the link for that in the show notes.
What a surprise, Jim. Mr. Positive.
So you could go and watch his review on YouTube if you want to see or watch or listen to a more positive spin on what we did. I just telling you, I had problems. I hope that you didn't have as much problem. I didn't even know what to talk about with that book because it is just a redo of the first issue. But you did like it more than me. Are you planning on going to see the movie when it comes out?
I am actually, yeah. Despite, Pedro Pascal, who's in every single movie apart from Superman, it seems, at the moment.
We just came out of Matt going like, oh my God, you're the only one who doesn't like Pedro Pascal. I'm like, I don't even know the guy. We were going through that. So yeah, he is in a lot of stuff. So in that, I just don't see him as Reed, but I don't even know who I would think would be Reed anyway, except that guy from The Office that was in the multiverse deal. Like that guy seemed like he was made for it. But in the meantime, we also have Fantastic Four #1. And there's a lot of up and down reviews for this one. Not really getting great reviews this first issue. Now, some people are going to be upset about what Sue ends up saying. She does a bit of narration at the beginning. I don't really care about that.
She doesn't hang around you, does she? Page 2. That's what a lot of people are talking about.
And so with that, I just thought that for a first issue, especially a first issue that you end up having Ryan North still on it,
yep,
you got to do something bigger than this, and it just felt weird. But
this is supposed to be bringing in new readers. That's the whole thing, isn't it? And of course, to link up with the movie coming out as well. Even it's like legacy issue 727, man. Can you believe it?
It's crazy. And so you had his run, Ryan North's run. People seemed to like it. I mean, people were telling me over and over again that it was a classic
I actually got into it towards the end, and then it finished. I was like, oh, it's finished, has it? And it got reset.
There are things. I mean, it does feel like this could have just been the next issue in the series, right? I mean, you even have One World Under Doom kind of in this. You end up where I even had to go back to the cover to see if they had, like, are you really going to put that, dressing of the One World Under Doom on a #1? They did not. But Doom is in it and mentions One World Under Doom. But in the meantime, you had that run leading up to this. It was a lot of one-shots and two-shots, very quick stories that people seem to like, in my mind. Now, I don't know
what they did put on the cover, Jim? The world's greatest comic magazine. I've not seen that before. Is that?
It's like the old school play. They're trying to do that a bit, even though more old school play was in that First Steps. But
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what they were going for with that. Yeah.
So when you do this, it may be like it's weird. I guess they think, well, the run, it's gone on a bit. They love #1 issues. You have a movie coming out. You said you do a new #1, kind of reset, maybe get some people on board. But I don't know. I think that it's going to be that play of the worst of all worlds. The idea that the people who liked it up till now, I don't think they're going to really love this. Especially if it takes, I think that people did enjoy that like really quick 1-2 shot deal. You keep going. It felt a lot of times like Twilight Zone issues at points.
Oh yeah. I can see that.
And now you're just like, I guess maybe they're like, well, we'll do an ongoing story or whatever the play is, but this just didn't have any spark to it. It didn't feel like it was like, oh my God, this is great. And maybe it's just because it's still Ryan North. But I said this, they keep doing it. You have Joe Kelly over at Amazing Spider-Man. You have him on 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, which people didn't love. And then the big thing is to get excited for Joe Kelly to then do another, like you just had it. So a #1 with the same writer just doesn't have the pizzazz. And then when I read it, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't have a spark to it.
It feels weird. As we say, like a jumping on point, Jim, and we're going to talk about it later, but what did they do? They split the family up. What the heck? You think you're like all together, bringing people together to get on board.
Like, aren't you with the #1 to especially like this to say, hey, everybody, this is what's cool about the family, the
this
first
is why
family.
The Marvel's first family,
and
fantastic.
Instead, that's why I would have put that on the cover. But when you end up getting down to it, you're like, oh, they're separate. It's just everything felt like slightly off. Like the idea of them separated. And then some of the things with Johnny and the voices didn't really feel right to me either. For a guy who's done this much already of Fantastic Four, it just felt weird. But it's written by Ryan North. It is Fantastic Four #1, written by Ryan North. Pencils by Humberto Ramos. And I like Humberto Ramos. One of the big things was Strange Academy.
His art on that was excellent, wasn't it? Yeah, really good.
It doesn't fit great with the Fantastic Four. It doesn't fit as much. Now, it might just be just this issue. I'm wondering, but boy, Johnny looks awful. I just don't love it.
It's almost like Ryan North gave him a memo to, Humberto Ramos and say, make sure you make Johnny look like a bloody idiot the whole
make
time.
Make him look like a idiot bro.
What the heck?
That mustache needs to go. If you're going to do a number one, get rid of that mustache, please.
It's not just a mustache, Jim. Although, have you heard Ryan North come out and says the more people complain about it, I'm going to make it bigger and bigger. But anyway, it's just the way they make him look. He looks like a weirdo the whole time. His face is off.
He looks like a 1970s sus gym teacher. That's what he looks like to me.
From Porky's, the movie.
Yeah, exactly. He should be walking around with real tight shorts, like with the belt, those type, and like a Docker shirt or something. But in the meantime, here's the thing. This is what I don't like. The idea, and you're in Japan, but you actually don't love manga that much. I love manga. When you end up having somebody mention something, one of the creators, they'll never say, hey, the more people bitch, the more. This is what Marvel does. You end up with, you have Nick Lowe on the Spider-Man shit.
Same thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah, going, oh, you don't like that? Well, you don't like Paul? Well, now you're getting extra Paul. Like, who are you trying to please?
Now we're going to bring
him
into all new Venom and other things too.
Yeah, exactly. So
Jesus.
Who are you trying to get with that? So when you end up where people say, I don't like the mustache, maybe listen. Hey, Ryan North, you asshole, listen a bit and think, okay, maybe they don't like it. But even so, don't say I'm going to make it bigger. He thinks that's funny. That's not funny. It's not funny making fun of fans, even though he's trying to play the idea of, oh, look, it's a mustache. No, it's awful. It throws me out every time. He looks like a gym teacher. He also got Edgar Delgado on colors. The colors are pretty good.
Colors are good.
Yeah, BC Travis Lanham.
I like Ben Grimm. Oh, sorry. I'm talking over you there.
No. Go with what about, you like the look of him?
I like the way, the look of the thing. Like, Ben Grimm looks good, but it's the human faces which are off, isn't it? Usually.
That's why I think Humberto Ramos' art style, I think it tends to go better with the monstrous thing. Like, you're right, Ben looks good, but even in that first page, when you have the credits, Sue looks off. Like, she's definitely injecting her lips. Is she doing that crap? Like, look at those lips. Like, she's doing that collagen implants. I don't know if this has been I heard she had a butt implant too, but that's just me. So at the beginning, you just get right off the bat where they're fighting Doom. Okay, classic, right? You get the deal. In my mind,
no way to start.
Yeah. And you have Reed, and he's trying to save people. They're tying up to him, and the whole play of it is Sue with this narration and says, and it's introducing, the deal. It's like Robert Plant introducing the band. You end up like, hey, this guy Ben Grimm, he's the thing. And again, you can roll your eyes a bit, but it is a first issue, so yeah, you get it. But then she's like, I call him my best friend. Already I was off, and I'm not off because I don't think they're best friends. I'm off because I'd rather think of them as full family, the first family. Like, hey, this is Ben. We all love him. I love him like a brother. Then go to Johnny, my actual brother, and then there's Reed, my husband. I think that would be the better play.
I never knew Sue and Ben were so close, best friends. Did you? It's like, until it was revealed it was her that was narrating, Jim, I thought it was like Reed narrating this, and it's like, and then it's, oh no, she says my spectacular husband. So okay, it's Sue narrating.
It'd be funny. It still's Reed. He's just like, I'm just talking, first Sue here. But yeah, it felt a little weird.
She wears a pants in this family.
Yeah, and then she says, and this is the thing, I have a different play of this that somebody like Sus gave, but she says, and that's me, Sue Storm, the invisible woman. I bend light and energy, and I make force fields with my mind. I lead the team. This is the thing. I don't have the problem that, say, Gabe has of her saying, I lead the team.
No, a lot of people are jumping on top of that. It doesn't bother me, really.
The thing that bothers me is I like to think of them as they all lead the team.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to say that. I think that's added in, and it pulls away from the family aspect in my mind. And that's what gets me. I look at it as like Blackpink, right? Everybody probably thinks this as well. Blackpink was so unique in the K-pop because there was no leader. They were all equals, even though we know at the beginning Jennie was, but they all became the thing. There's no actual leader where you have that. And in the Asian deal, a lot of times everything's based on age and how old you are, and the oldest person would be the deal. And that's how it always was.
The senior junior thing is very big here.
Exactly. It's huge. And so that kind of, again, I just want to throw K-pop in. I wish I had Jenny saying banger. But in the meantime, I look at them as a family. I look at them as a deal. Like, I have 5 kids. I have me and my wife and 5 kids. If I ended up saying, oh, look at me, I'm the father, I'm the leader, I'd probably get slapped by Tanya.
Yeah, me too.
And the idea of it would be like, no, we're a team. We're but like,
that's
how
weird.
I
It's a bit off.
it.
It's not like you say that. Like, I'm with you. Like, it doesn't bother me that she's leading the team, but it's the way it's kind of she's announcing it. And, on the second page, it's very deliberate, isn't it? And of course, a lot of people have jumped on top of this.
Frame it in a different way, like you said. Hey, it's Reed who says, "Oh, there's Ben. We've always been great friends, and now we're like brothers." Then you get, "Oh, there's Sue," and at the end, say, "There's Sue. She'll never admit it, but I consider her the leader because how whatever." Like, there hey, I'm the smartest man.
Better opening than Ryan North. Take that, Ryan North.
Yeah, it's better to have somebody compliment you than to look like you're just being pompous ass, which she kind of does at that. It just is a weird way to frame it. It feels like Ryan North just wants to throw that out there. But they're fighting Doom.
Are these Doom bots, Jim, by the way? Because they look very, very different to the Red Hulk version of Doom bots.
Yeah, they do. They do look up. The weird, like, they have weird. Like a... Did they have a top knot on there? It looks like on the things.
I don't know. It's getting weird, like a pepper pot or something.
Yeah, they're weird, right? So you end up where the fun thing about the Doombots is you can just beat the crap out of them, and Ben's like knocking heads. They're doing it. So then Doom ends up throwing in that where I don't think you can. It's a number one. Make it, universal. Make it the idea that you can read it 10 years from now and not have to worry about one world under Doom, because he's like, I'm Emperor Doom. Why are you doing this? You throw in a bit of political stuff when he says, oh, you have anti-Doom psychosis. It just felt weird. And then he's like, I'm going to end up, snapping my fingers. You don't even mention in this, if you go later, like his whole Sorcerer Supreme stuff and all that. And he just ends up, I'm going to zap you throughout time.
Yeah, zap you into next week.
Yeah, really. Like that. So they end up getting zapped away. And now for the rest of the issue, they're separated. I'm like, that's not a great idea for first issue. And I think that Ryan North wants you to think, okay, we're going to show Johnny being a little smart, but really he's just told things by his computer. And then the idea, it doesn't work for me that he goes back to pretty much primordial time where he has to create more oxygen so he doesn't die. I'm like, this isn't what I think of when I think of Fantastic Four.
What a shame, Jim, those volcanoes didn't burn off his handlebar mustache.
Exactly, yeah, really. Sue's fallen, end up where, and Ben falls into he's fighting dinosaurs, Jurassic the Jurassic Age.
The Jurassic era.
In that, he even mentions, I do not know why a T-Rex or anything would attack a big rock.
I'm just
he
a
says,
rock.
Why are you doing this? I'm a rock. Why?
But he appears to take damage, Jim. It's weird. Have you seen that one panel there? It's like it's ripping his arm off.
Yeah, it's weird. And these dinosaurs attacking. But really, all this then comes into play with this thing that's been something in the series leading up to it. This Forever Stone. It's not really explained in this. It is a little by the end by Reed, but it still is kind of just, really, that's what you're doing. Doom separates the team. And then throughout the issue, they're all trying to find the stone so they can inscribe where their coordinates are in time.
Very, very convenient. What a plot device.
I mean, and he tries to make it so that it seems like it's Johnny seems to trip over the thing in 2 minutes. He finds it, he writes on. And again, basically what you're saying is the first issue of the Fantastic Four, the excitement is them logging their position on a stone. That's it. That is it. And yeah, you get that stupid mustache. And yeah, he's like, oh my God. And then even then he's like, I don't know what to do. There's no oxygen. It's 20% less. So again, it's like he's in Colorado. He says Everest. This is a death zone. And then at one point couldn't flame on because of that, but then just completely flames on when he says, oh my God, yeah, I can do this. I have to melt rust. All of a sudden, it's no problem at all. He starts melting rust. I'm like, really? Because you're going to do the oxygen deal. This is just me being a dummy. But the idea of melting a bit of rust and rock, this is a big planet. Like the idea of the oxygen going better in your area from there, it seems ridiculous. It just seems ridiculous to me.
It's a bit of a stretch, Jim, isn't it? I've got no idea. I'm no scientist.
And that's the other thing about it is this isn't like a eureka moment where everybody's going to go like, oh my God, Johnny, the rust. And it's just, you kind of present it. and then do it.
I was
and
like, rust? Really? Like the primordial soup times? You really?
It's funny. I'm so dumb. I'm like, why would it be rusty? It's
What's
brand
metal
new.
there to rust, Jim? That's what I want to know.
It's just like the exposed deal. And he's like, it's great because there's no vegetation over it. I'm like, this is weird. And then he trips over, pretty much just finds like, oh, the Forever Stone. Yeah, that was our plan if we ever get lost in time. Yeah, I wish it was something like, Johnny's the best with this awesome mustache. Love Johnny. But they
Ben
put their
sucks.
coordinates in. Yeah, Ben, that would be Johnny rules, Ben rolls. See, that'd be funny. If you saw the coordinates and then didn't see something else, he's writing something else. And then when Ben gets to it, it's like a dig in it. That'd be funny. But you don't have that. He ends up where then Ben gets attacked by dinosaurs. He gets some damage, which you said looks a little odd. But then he finds the stone. He just, I'm going to go through this thing. Like, he just finds it. I know it's supposed to be at the same place every time, but where are you getting your you have that stupid computer. Everything feels weird. But he finds it. He scratches it. I'm like, this thing lasts forever. I don't know if Ben's rock is more so that you can go, but he does it. He puts his coordinates
put the Forever Stone there in the beginning, Jim? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, God.
Any idea?
Yeah, no. I'm telling you, I know that it was mentioned as part of this run. I have no idea. So they just find it. So again, I'm coming into this as a number one. I wish I was presented it better. By the time at the end, you kind of get what's going on when Reed basically says, hey, this is what we set up. It's always there. So that's the one thing that we can go with, and Sue must just because then you go to Reed. Now I'm thinking, okay, why isn't this as fun as it should be?
I'm thinking Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness. Like, where's Bruce Campbell? That's what I'm thinking.
This part should be really cool, right?
It should.
And he hang glides over like he's medieval times. He hang glides over like this battle over a castle. They end up shooting, catapult deal at him. He ends up getting.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million, wasn't it? He caught it with the first shot.
It's so funny. What do they think they're shooting at? And then you just have Reed with this narration of, I walked for 3 months. I tried to find the Forever Stone. The idea that he goes, I grabbed some clothes off of this lady. It had lights. Like, I don't need to. It seems like Ryan North wants to be like, oh, look, I know medieval
cannot
times.
bite my flexible skin. They soon leave for greener pastures.
Is that fun? Like, I'm telling you, like, I didn't need that. It doesn't add anything to it. It's weird. I don't know. It felt like he was like trying to be like, he does write some things for kids and does write some science stuff. This felt like at points, especially with Johnny and Reed, to me, it felt like an 8-year-old scholastic book that they're trying to teach a little science in here. And I'm just like, well, whatever. And then he digs up the Forever Stone. He goes right to it, finds it. And it takes him a bit, but really, you don't really feel that because if you're just told. He
turns his hands into like digging spades or shovels, doesn't he? Like he's digging for quite a while.
Yeah, and then he turns it into like a chisel and whatever. I'm like, is that what you're doing? Like Ben just uses his hand, like just make a sharp finger, but he ends up chiseling his stats in it. And then he says Sue must be in the future because she hasn't written on it. Now you could think that maybe what happened if she's across the world somewhere and can't get to it. She can't make Stretch Armstrong 8 stilt legs. Like when he did that, he's like walking around. Sue ends up with, she can make herself invisible, right? So,
takes me back.
Yeah, really. If she's in, say, like she ends up in a weird time and she's in Alaska and she has to get to India, it's going to take her a while. Like, but he just says because, lo and behold, she is in the future. And then I turn, I'm like, it's the land of the rising sun here.
I thought it was just in Japan. Yeah,
that's
this huge red sun
crap.
in front of her.
I'm waiting for the Silver Samurai to come out, but you end up where she then uses her stuff weird. It's like a contact. It's weird, but she ends up invisible and starts talking about the idea when she does these force fields that she could even freeze to death in the middle of the sun. All this stuff. I'm like, I don't need this. It's not fun. It felt like extraneous info in a story that was boring as shit. But you end up where she's like, oh, here it is. No signals detected. I'm going to find the Forever Stone. And she's the one who's going to have to pull them all together because of what Reed says. But I don't know why the person farthest back has to, just whatever. But they're in trouble. They're in different times. And I
can't find it, Jim. The computer's saying there's like no stone signal detective. And she doesn't say, oh, thank goodness you're still working, computer.
Yeah, really.
Convenient.
Going conveniently. Again, when you talk about these computers, it is Reed. So whatever he designs, but the idea that these computers are still working in primordial times for Johnny and all these, but they're separated. And when you have Sue, like, I can't find it. If that's the case, how many issues are we going to have with them separated? And then what? Ben's going to fight some more dinosaurs. Johnny's going to lay there and wish he had more oxygen. I thought that it was a really, really weird misplay of a first issue. If you want to get people excited, this was not exciting. I think that on paper, saying things like, oh, read in medieval times, Ben fighting dinosaurs, that sounds cool. Didn't play out very well. Things were rushed. That could have been fun to get this science-y narration, which fits a Fantastic Four book, but is still boring. I thought it was a misplay. But what do you think?
So Ben's fighting dinosaurs. The real question is, does he walk the dinosaur, Jim? That's what I want to know.
He does. Is shaking their head right now. But yeah, so even then, it's like a bunch of dinosaurs just attacking a rock. I'm like, I don't get it.
Weird.
He even says it, but I don't.
You get the impression they were a bit stupid, though, dinosaurs. Maybe it's just the movement, his movement that attracts them. That's all I can think. But
there's one dinosaur when you have my best friend is dead at the deal. My husband's like, she thinks everybody's dead. Well, they are in her time, but when you see the dinosaur there, it looks like really goofy. It has like cross eyes. It looks really dumb. But yeah, it's very odd. But what would be your score?
I'm a bit disappointed because I said to you, I didn't know you wanted to review this with me, but I enjoyed the last few issues of the run, these previous runs. So I was like, okay, I'm on board, looking forward to a new start. And to be honest, I was a bit disappointed. I do like some of the art. I like the Ben and the dinosaur scenes, even though it was a bit weird. They look great, when he's fighting the dinosaurs. It's really, really good. Sue being the leader, it doesn't bother me. Just the way it was kind of like messaged quite strongly. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to go, let's see. I'm going to go quite low. I'm going to surprise you. I'm a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm a 5. It's actually, I'll go 5.5. I like this a little more than First Steps that you like better. But yeah, I
think I preferred First Steps. Yeah.
I ended up where one of the things that gets me is that when I asked you to do it, you had that same kind of feel that I did, that we were hoping this was going to be really good so we could keep talking about it. And get excited about the Fantastic Four, because I haven't been keeping up with Brian North's run up till now, but some of the issues I did read and I liked them, and then you'd have 2 that were kind of down, then you'd have a good one. But with this, it just felt like nothing. It felt like a mail it in kind of, we'll separate them to show their powers. We'll see that, but it just didn't feel that exciting. It didn't feel great. But that is it. That is it for the show. We have 2 Fantastic Four books, and yet none of the scores were fantastic. So we're there, but we'll be back next week. Hopefully we like some more things. You end up where Marvel has so many books, and when I see them, I hate to say it, but I look and I'm like, where are the good books? Where are they? Because I'm having a hard time finding them. And some of the again, people will say, well, this or that, whatever. Not really that into the Ultimate stuff anymore.
Ultimate X-Men, Jim's out next week. 17. I know you and Jason have been a little bit down on that, haven't you, recently as well. Yeah.
But me and you, Ultimate Spider-Man was great last issue. But it's just the overall Ultimate Universe and this Dennis Camp, Cody Ziegler book that came out this week. Didn't really like it much either, so I'm not looking forward to the Maker stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But I hate to be a downer, but that's just how I feel. But that's it. Thanks for joining me, Greg.
Cheers, Jim.
Tell everybody where they can find you before we get out of here.
Okay, I'm on the Weird Science Marvel Comics blog, so posting reviews occasionally with Sus Gabe in his shadow, Jim, in his sus shadow. Also on the YouTubes under Wakizashi's Tea House, where I do comic reviews on there. You can actually see the art from the book and me like trying to be sarcastic and trying to crack jokes,
Cracking jokes and being positive. So go that the link will be in the show notes, so you can check that out. We already said at the beginning, but you do have the First Steps review. So everybody go check that out. And then we'll be happy, but hopefully we'll be more positive next week. I usually lean on you to be positive, but this wasn't great. So thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.
私にからかわないでください。そうしないとあなたは消えてしまいます。私は普通の男です。でも私はあなたを殺します。だからそのまま受け取ってください。足元に注意した方がいいよ。準備をしてください。それ